Hey there! So today we have another video. This is a food and beer pairing. So we got the kids with us, so decided not to go out for dinner and decided to order some food in and went to Chop Chop Shop, which is in Tampa. And this is their Don Don Noodles. If you guys aren't familiar, Don Don Noodles is one of the great Szechuan dishes. I've already tried it, so I'm like mouth savoring. So these are like Asian wheat noodles. They have peanuts, spicy Szechuan peppercorn sauce, chili oil. There's some scallions with it, and then minced pork. And then I actually obviously have an egg on top of it. So, yeah, great dish. I mean, it's not a wet noodle dish. Yeah, no soup, but yeah, let's try this guy out. Let's pick up everything. Sorry. First try, I'm gonna pair it with a Czech Hills from Hidden Springs. Pretty nice. I would say that there's just like a nice crispness to the beer. Cuts through the beer cuts through the dish quite elegantly. I will say though, in general, I feel the heat is a little bit dominated by. They call it Czech Pills, but look how pale this guy is. I mean, that looks like super pale. Doesn't have that like richness and malt character that I'd get generally from something like Pilsner Quell or something darker, but really nice and crisp. It's a nice pairing. That's a good take on just like, I mean, anytime you do just lager and something like savory, salty, spicy, like it's just like, it's just like sort of like American fare with American light lager, or Japanese food with international pale lager, like or their takes on lager like Kirin, Asahi, stuff like that. It's just like crisp. Instead of drinking water, you drink something with a little bit of bubbly carbonation. It just works very well, right? Let's get a bit of scallion on here and let's try this one. Let's talk a little bit about the dish. I mean, it's pork, peanuts, spicy, a little bit of oil. Get a little bit cut up from the scallion. I mean, this is a tasty dish. And then pair with the here on the bottom. I always like pairing coffee. That's nice. I have fun time with that guy. I will say there's a little bit of bitterness here. That is a trick. Bitterness tends to amplify heat. So I find this dish already a little spicy. You're amplifying that, but I can handle it. But what I like here is a little bit of malt that comes in. There's a little bit of that crystal malt, and I think the kind of like that kind of like. It's like grapefruit peel, a little bit of pine. What is Sierra Nevada Pale Ale? It's Cascade, right? The Cascade laden beer. So you get a little bit of pine, a little bit of floral, some of that grapefruit, and with that little bit of crystal malt. And I think you also get a little bit of scallion here. Let's see how that goes again. It's an okay pairing. I'm curious what to find better, but I think it's a good one. I think the bitterness helps cut into some of that pork and the peanut. The scallion just like marries perfectly into those the allium character plays really well into those Cascade hops. So you get a little bit of greenness, the pine cone, the citrusy helps play into the heat quite nicely. But I will say for intensity, I think you're a little far in intensity. This guy's got a good intensity. The heat is just intense. I find that the bitterness maybe amplifies a little bit too much, and I think you want something maybe to sort of contrast better. So, okay pairing. This I think is a little too light. This even still might be a little too light because this is a big, impactful dish. There's a lot of strong elements to it. I will say the nice pairing of the scallion onto the Sierra Nevada Pale Ale is fantastic, and I think hops in general just play well with Asian flavors. So you got that kind of soy and umami, and the nuts and the pork and the noodle, and that. That's a nice cut there. There's a nice cut there, and the malt just adds a little bit more, but bitterness is a little too intense. So I maybe find something a little less bitter because it does amplify the heat, and now I'm feeling it even more. So it's a really fun one. So fruit and beer pairing, check it out. This one's a fun one. I really like hoppy beers in general with some Asian fare, but watch out for your intensity. Until next time, guys. Cheers. Let me know what you think later.